Welcome back to the New Music Alliance Radio Hour. I'm Mark Ramone here with Mark Sherry and our special guest DJ Mal Thursday. And you just heard the Shags with Don't Press Your Luck. Before that, Mother Holly with Take My Baby to the Unband. And we started off with King Radio DC-10. Let's go to the Shags out of Wallingford, Connecticut.
Yeah, the Shags. Don't press your luck. This tune is, by the way, in our Essential Western New England Songbook. As many of you probably know, is a compilation of many of the best tunes ever written by artists from Western New England. And this tune is a classic 60s sound. It actually reminds me of, remember the band, The Searchers, the English band, The
Oh, of course, yeah.
Searchers? That's what this reminds me of. They sound just like The Searchers. And that's a big compliment. So, anyway, this is just a fantastic tune to me. I just love the vocals, excellent guitar. Yeah, great tune.
And I believe it was recorded with Doc at Trod Nossel Studios in Wallingford. And my band, the Malarians, that's where we recorded our first album.
Oh.
Oh, really? Oh, because and what I was reading about is that studio was sort of like a hotbed of, of the scene, the rock scene in this area at that time.
Yeah, we didn't capture our sound there. We went later recorded in Boston at Fort Apache, and that's when we made our better sounding recordings. But, there's a lot of history at Trod Nossel, and Doc Cavallari, who was the owner operator,
And a former dentist.
was quite helpful in getting these New England garage bands out into the world.
Yeah, well, this was a 1966 tune. And before that, we jumped to the 1990s. And we heard Mother Holly doing Take My Baby to the Unband. And they were out of Northampton, Mass. Yeah, this is a great punk tune.
And it's funny. Eddie Holly is the singer and the writer, and he's in Florida these days. But just a great rockin' track, and it has the lyrics that capture what it was like in Northampton in those days. And the Unband, of course, was one of our favorite bands. One of the bands that broke through and got a record deal out of all the indie rock bands of the mid 90s in Western Mass.
Hmm.
That's off of Hotel Massachusetts, the deluxe edition. The original Hotel Massachusetts came out in 94. And then in 2021, I compiled a second disc of songs, and that was one of them. So was DC-10 by the King Radio. I forgot to say, kids, DC-10 is an airplane.
Are those available to people? Can they order that?
Yes, there are copies at Turn It Up in Northampton and a couple other record shops in the area, but it's at chunkarchives.bandcamp.com. Bandcamp for the Chunk Archives recordings label. It's a great comp, and it really captures the spirit of that era.
Cool. And we started out with another 90s tune from King Radio, DC-10. And they're from Northampton, Mass area. And for those of you out there who don't know what DC-10 is, that was a plane. So very, very popular aircraft in those days. And I guess this tune is about one of those going down.
Yes, in a groovy, new wavy, upbeat way. And again, that one I included on the Hotel Massachusetts Deluxe Edition, but it was originally released in 98 on Tar Hut Records, who also put out Angry Johnny and also the first Ray Mason tribute album, It's Heartbreak That Sells. Anyway, that was from an album called Mr. K is Dead, Go Home.
Well, this tune, I think it's really a great tune. It flows so well. And I think many of you know Frank Padalero, lead guitarist and vocals. He just does a fantastic job. And this tune was recorded with Mark Allen Miller. And we wish him the best, by the way. He's been going through some challenging times.
Yeah, he just hit a deer with his car, so they're on the Shoe Leather Express right now. And
Right.
we wish them, well, hopefully they get their transportation needs met. I think. Anyway, I digress. But yeah, Mark Miller, I got to work with him again in 2019 when we were in the studio for the If Six Was Five album. Just a great guy and produced so much great music from that period. And I'm interested, I got to talk to him about finding some of our old masters. I'm a terrible archivist, and I'm hoping he has a few tracks that I can't lay hands on.
All right. So, what have we got for our next block coming up?
Well, coming up next, we're gonna back to the '60s again. We got Steve Walker and the Bold, their version of "Train Kept a Rollin'." They were from Northampton. Some of them were from Springfield, but they were a huge band in the Valley in the '60s. The Bold and the New Breed out of Worcester with "Wasting My Time," which you may know by Liars, and the North Atlantic Invasion Force with a song called Black on White, which is a little socially conscious. They had another one called Blue and Green Gown. They were into colors.
All right. Well, let's hear Black on White by the North Atlantic Invasion Force.